Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And as I'm doing so throughout the month of December, I'm going through some of my favorite Christmas specials that I watched while I was growing up. The one I'm reviewing today is the 1985 He-Man and She-Ra A Christmas Special. Here is your trivia question for today. What is the name of the Manchine dog? So, in this special, multiple citizens from both Eternia and Etheria are setting up for a very special day. It just so happens to be the birthday of both Adam and Adora, which I don't know if you know this. Both of them happen to be He Man and She Ra. Sorry if I spoiled that for you. Now, at the same time that those festivities are happening, Man at Arms has created something called the Sky Spy. Unfortunately, Orko has ended up near this device, manages to get aboard, and then is rocketed out into orbit. He eventually ends up on Earth, where he runs into two children named Miguel and Alicia. After becoming friends, the two kids tell Orko about what Christmas is. After getting some supplies, Man at Arms figures out a way of using a transport beam to pull Orko back, but the kids end up coming with him. Miguel and Alicia end up becoming friends with everyone else and telling all of them about what Christmas is, and they all begin to celebrate this holiday. The evil Horde Prime can now sense this goodness in the air, and he wants it to be stopped. So he sends both Skeletor and Hordak to go retrieve the children. The kids end up having a pretty rough time, as they also end up getting captured by the Monstroids. Luckily, the rivals of the Monstroids, the Manchines, do end up freeing the kids. But will He-Man and She-Ra be able to show up in time to stop all of the villains? This Christmas special is, of course, a crossover between the two very popular 80s television series, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and She-Ra, Princess of Power. When Man-at-Arms pulls up the coordinates for Earth, all of the numbers on there are actually related to Filmation Studios. It includes the street number for their address at the time, their zip code, phone number, and telex number. When Man at Arms tries to transport Orko and the kids back, he needs a Carium water crystal. In Filmation's other television series, Brave Star, Carium was actually the most valuable substance on the planet of New Texas. The creature that appears in this special, known as the Beast Monster, its face was actually based off of the rubber dragon hand puppet that was included in the Fright Zone playset. Another creature that appears in this special is called the Snow Beast. This was actually a reused creature called the Ice Hacker from a He-Man episode called The Dragon's Gift. At one point in the special, She-Ra shoots a beam from her sword. The only other time this ever happens is in the She-Ra episode Prisoners of Beast Island. So when it comes to He-Man and She-Ra, a Christmas special, this is still fun to watch, at least in my opinion. Now, you do at least have to be a fan of one or both of the original television series, but if you are, it is enjoyable. It's got a good little Christmas feel to it, and at the same time, some cool and interesting characters. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Now it's time to answer the trivia question from the beginning of this episode. What is the name of the Manchine dog? So, the name of that dog that the kids end up falling in love with and almost taking home with them is Relay. Also, in a very out of character moment, because it is a Christmas special, even Skeletor can't help but love the little pup. Now, aside from Relay, the only other two named Manchines that we hear are Cutter and Zipper. But Filmation did have names for the other ones as well, like Clutch, Crank, Digger, Driller, Piston, Rotor, Whipsaw, and Wrench. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. And if there's other Christmas specials that you think that I should do a review for, feel free to mention it in the comments. And if I end up having time, I'll try to fit it in.